I'm Paul Perkins with the check of your ag weather. After highs in the 50s and even some low and mid 60s today, light southerly winds on the backside of high pressure leads to tomorrow being the nicest day of the next week with highs in the mid to upper 60s. Chances for widespread rain increase after midnight tomorrow night as low pressure tracks across the plains. Rain is likely for a prolonged period Sunday through Monday. Sunday appears to be a complete washout for most locations. Abundant moisture flowing north should lead to total rain amounts of a ½ inch to an inch in most locations, possibly some isolated amounts up to an inch and a half. The forecast dries out for Tuesday through Thanksgiving with high pressure settling in. Much colder air drops highs into the mid-30s to the low 40s by Wednesday and Thanksgiving. Some forecast models suggest light accumulations of snow for Black Friday and next Saturday. In the long-term forecast, colder than normal temperatures are likely for Nebraska and Kansas Wednesday through the last day of the month on November 30th, especially in the mid to late part of next week. By the last day of November, central Nebraska daytime highs are typically in the low 40s with average overnight lows right around 30. Mostly near normal precipitation is indicated for Wednesday through November 30th for Nebraska and Kansas. The outlook for the month of December was released by the National Weather Service. The 30-day outlook for Nebraska and Kansas calls for seasonal temperatures and mostly above normal precipitation. Higher chances of precipitation next month are likely to be from central Nebraska into northwest Kansas. Key weather factors influencing the markets include a weekend storm moving into the plains, good rain for Argentina, heavy rain in southern Brazil, and rain returning to central Brazil. A new Pacific storm arrives along the west coast late tomorrow or early Sunday, bearing rain and high elevation snow. Early next week, precipitation, most of it rain, tracks eastward and reaches the central and southern plains. Precipitation is initially light on the plains, but by late Monday and Tuesday, intensifying impacts may include snow and gusty winds in the upper Midwest, along with severe thunderstorms from the Ohio and Tennessee valleys to the Gulf Coast. As the storm evolves, 5-day rainfall could reach 1 to 2 inches or more across much of the eastern half of the U.S. Across the plains and Midwest, cold temperatures following this storm could be significant. In Brazil, heavy rain over the south and very dry weather with temperatures near or above 100 in the central states continues for the next few days, a continuing unfavorable trend for most areas. Dryness and heat in central Brazil continues to overly stress developing soybeans and cause a need for replanting, while wetness across the south causes flooding for developing corn and soybeans. Changes start to arrive this weekend as rain in South Brazil moves into the central states. The typical wet season rain in central Brazil, though, may not be long-lasting, and occasional heavy rain continues across the south. Towards Argentina, conditions are more balanced with scattered rain the next few weeks, bringing decent rainfall to much of the key growing areas. Drought recovery continues in Argentina, with northwestern areas needing to catch up the most. Overall, most of Argentina continues with a positive turnaround. I'm Paul Perkins. That's a check of the ag weather.